The holidays start here at Kroger with a variety of options to celebrate traditions old and new. You could do a classic herb-roasted turkey or spice it up and make turkey tacos. Serve up a go-to shrimp cocktail or use Simple Truth wild-caught shrimp for your first Cajun risotto. Make creamy mac and cheese or a spinach artichoke fondue from our selection of Murray's cheese. No matter how you shop, Kroger has all the freshest ingredients to embrace all your holiday traditions. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Welcome to the Instagram Stories. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. Today's post comes from the Instagram for Business account, which if you're not following, I definitely recommend. It's one of the best accounts on Instagram in terms of understanding how things work and getting ideas for content. This post, 4 ways to drive results with story ads. Before I get into that though, actually in the caption, they said, do you know mobile shot story ads have a 63% chance of outperforming studio shot ads, which I think is a really interesting concept. So many times you think if you're going to have a good ad, you want to invest, you want to get the right crew with the right equipment in order to do it properly, but mobile shot story ads, they say perform better. I think this is a really good point to keep in mind. Let's get into the tips. The first one is to optimize for mobile by creating full screen vertical ads. Let's just explain what that means. A lot of times you might be tempted to take content that you have made as an ad or a video for YouTube or Facebook or whatever and just say, oh, put that on Instagram, add it to stories. What difference does it make? But it's not going to show up properly. And this is one of the problems I think with our industry overall right now is there's too many competing formats. Should you make things portrait or should you make them landscape? Should you make them full screen or should you make them not quite full screen? It's very stupid. And I really think that Instagram and Facebook have exacerbated this problem more than anyone else. I definitely understand that you don't want to watch long videos holding your phone sideways, YouTube, but I also think that there are times when you do want to watch shorter content and don't mind, but that full screen experience really matters. It especially matters for ads. So if you're going to create a story ad, make sure you use a full screen vertical video, portrait style video, holding the phone like a phone. Tip 2 is to boost engagement with interactive elements. And in the screenshot that they have in the post, there is the story sticker where you vote, called the poll sticker. I always recommend using story stickers because the more people engage with your post, the more you know about them. For instance, now you know what their vote is on that particular thing you've posted about. And second, Instagram recognizes that they are engaging with your content, so they're going to show more of your content to that person. Additionally, you can look at the list of everyone who voted, see which way they voted. You can look at their profile. You can send them direct messages. This is the only social media platform that gives you this level of information and flexibility. Definitely take advantage of it. And you can use any of the story stickers with ads. The next tip is to use automatic placements for efficient delivery. This refers to letting Instagram pick who they should show the ad to and where. I actually don't think this is a good idea. Amanda Robinson, who has an ad course called Swift Kicking the Ads, who was on episode number 35 of my podcast, explained how you should go into the Facebook Ads Manager and set up all the customized options that you have. There's a lot that you can do there. I recognize it's a big undertaking to learn how the Facebook ads world works, but I think it's definitely worth the time and investment. Tip number 4, our last tip, is to make your ads shoppable by tagging products. When you do that, people can then tap on the ad, see the product, go directly to it, putting in their shopping cart, and then buying it all without ever leaving Instagram. If you do not have a product shop set up and you sell products, you absolutely should do this right away, but gives people the opportunity to buy directly. And if they're watching the ad and they're going to engage with it, they're probably going to be interested in the product. So this all makes a lot of sense. If you would like to take a look at this post, which I definitely recommend, follow Instagram for Business. This account is a wealth of knowledge and I highly recommend it. And now, because it's Friday, let's do Feature Friday, which is when I talk about a thing on Instagram that you may have not known about or maybe you forgot. I love using Instagram direct messages, but there's a few different ways that I use it, and I think they're all important, but for different reasons. First, if I'm having a long conversation with someone, sometimes I just want to type things out using my actual keyboard. If you are using a Windows 10 computer, there is an Instagram app for the PC. You can add it to your desktop or your laptop, and you can respond to direct messages by typing them out like a normal human. This is so much better than swiping out a long message on your phone, although sometimes I recognize you're not near a computer in order to be able to do that. But since we're home a lot, you might want to look into it. Second is that you can reply to messages and indicate which message you are replying to. You have to do this on the phone, but if you tap and hold on the message you want to reply to, and then reply to it, you'll see a little button that pops up. It gives it a little bit of context, because if you're having a long conversation with someone, maybe they said 3 or 4 messages and you read them all before you're replying, which message are you replying to? This gives it that context that you need. The last thing I want to talk about for direct messages is that you can unsend them. And I dislike intensely when I type out a message from my phone, send it, and then realize that there was a typo in there that I missed. If you tap and hold on the message, you can select unsend. What I actually do is I tap and hold on the message, I pick copy first, and then I pick unsend. This way it puts the message in my clipboard. I can paste it back in so I don't have to type the whole thing again, fix the typo, and resend. Am I a little bit anal about typos? Maybe, but this is how I like to do it. It comes across more professional in the long run, trust me. That's it for today's show. Come back tomorrow for more Instagram news, strategy, tips, and much more.